Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here. Going to run you through a little bit of plant care today. So we're going to be working on pinching some of our plants here. So we're going to go through and remove a part of the plant, which is this part right up here at the very end. So that's the apical meristem. We're going to remove that because the apical meristem is the control center of the plant. And when we remove that, it activates the buds that are lower down on the branch and tells them that they need to grow to take the place of the apical meristem that was lost. So we're going to do that so we get a much fuller plant. Like this one here, we've got one branch that's just kind of wild and crazy, and he's all taller than everybody else. We want him to not be the main leader. So we're going to come in here and we're going to remove that. Trying not to remove anything else. And we're going to remove that. That removes that apical meristem, so the control center of that plant. And now the plant says, I don't have anybody controlling me. I need somebody quick. Somebody else grow tall and be the apical meristem. So they're going to force from out of these buds here. They're going to start to branch and be forced upwards. Every plant desires to have a control center, and that is generally held on the tallest branch of each plant. So that would be up here on this one. So we're going to go through and I'm going to work with these. They're actually going to be getting between 5 and 6 pinches by the time we're done. And so we're going to be just doing that routinely. It's going to make it a fuller, bushier plant. The other thing that we're going to do this time of year is right here is actually a flower bud. Oh, there you are. Right here is a flower bud on our Calibrachoa, and we actually don't want it to flower. We want to, let's see if I can get the other one in frame when I do that again. There we go, here's one down here. We don't want it to flower. We want it to put all its energy into growing more branches. So we're going to go in and we're going to find any of those blossoms or buds that are in here, and we're going to cut those off. Okay, one of the other things that's important as you're doing this is to go back through and remove anything that you trimmed off. If you leave any vegetative matter on the surface of your soil, so you trim off any of those buds, it is going to rot, and that can be a part where you, or a point where you can have botrytis take over on your plants, and you don't want that. And let's see, here's another one here. Just remove that one. Okay, we're going to get that out of the way. It's harder to do this with one hand. Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to pinch all of these, and I'm going to remove the blossoms. The verbena down here, this is the red verbena. Doesn't quite need it. There are a few. I think I'll come in and we'll come in and pinch that one. Okay, and I'll get those out of the way. And I'll just go through and do that. So not all of them had their first pinch. So I'm not super concerned about taking too much of a pinch on these because we've got lots of time. But I'm going to go through and just think of how people do bonsai. It's the same kind of deal. These are really heavy pinches, but I'm just kind of doing them for the camera. Normally we would just try to come in and just take just this part right here, just a real small light pinch. But it's okay if they're heavy. And like these guys here, take those out. Don't need those. Okay, so it's really important to make sure that we do pinches so that we can keep our plants looking good. And that's true with all of our plants. So all of our petunias, all of our verbenas, they're all going to get pinched. So some of you might say, well, why are you calling it pinching? Well, let's come back in here. It's because usually you come in and you just take 2 fingers and you pinch it off. So I use the scissors. It's a little bit easier and a little bit quicker, a little bit cleaner. And as you get older, after a lifetime of nursery work, your fingers don't work quite as well. All right, Hope that answered questions. We'll see you later.